How's it going, guys? I'm David with Skate Warehouse. Today we're going to be going over picking your components in our online complete builder. So to kick it off, we're going to be looking at a deck built around commuting and cruising. Here we got the loaded poke. So boards like it will be a little bit narrower, better for pumping and cruising around, doing a little bit of carving. So keeping that narrow width in mind, you want to go with a little bit narrower of a truck. Here we have the Paris 150. Any truck around 150 millimeters is going to be good for this style of riding. Next, you want to go with a little bit smaller of a wheel in diameter with a nice wide contact patch. It's going to hold its roll speed. If you want to have a little more lightweight fun, a little more street style, you can go with a smaller wheel like this hog wheel. As far as bearings go, it's really up to preference. Our go-to is a Zealous bearing. This is a built-in style bearing, which means the spacer and speed ring are built in, so it's less components to worry about when assembling your deck. They also have really great durability. Last off is the hardware. You want to go about 1 1/8 inch long for most standard decks, as long as you're not using a riser. All right, next up we have a deck built around pushing and commuting, the Pantheon Trip here. It's 9 inches wide, just like the other board, so you want to go with that narrow 150 millimeter Paris. It'll make sure that you're not stepping on your wheels. It won't stick out so much past the edge of the deck. Next up, you want to consider your wheel size. For pushing and commuting, big wheels are really nice. So we suggest the 80 millimeter Kegel. However, you can only run those because you have these nice big cutaways that allow for bigger wheels. If you don't have those cutaways, you want to run something about 72 millimeters or lower, like these Cadillac wheels. If you go bigger than that without a cutaway, you want to add a riser to avoid wheel bite. Unlike the previous board, this deck does not come pre-gripped, so we suggest using some standard grip tape for pushing and commuting. It's like Mob Grip Standard or Jessup Roam or Cloud Ride Easy. It's not going to tear up your shoes as much as a downhill or free ride grip. All right, if you're looking to do a little bit more cruising, carving, light bombing, or a little bit of free ride, you can check out a more conventional shape like this Madrid. These decks are a lot better for all-around riding. They're a little bit wider, and the cutaway makes it a little bit more versatile for cruising and carving. Some of our go-to trucks for all-around use are Paris and Caliber. Both of these trucks are great for cruising, commuting, and learning how to free ride. With this type of shape, the wheels that you want to pick should be between 70 millimeters and 75 for lightweight cruising, carving, or free riding. But with the cutaway, you can get away with a larger diameter wheel. All right, and the last discipline we'll talk about is downhill and free riding. So here we have an Omen downhill free ride shape. It's got a lot more rocker, a lot wider platform. So with this, you want to consider trucks that are built more around stability and free riding. So here we have Arsenal 44s and Caliber 44s. The lower degree makes it a lot more stable without taking away from too much agility, and it's going to have that wide width that'll keep you stable. You want to match it with the deck so that your turning is nice and true. For free riding, you want to focus on a wheel that has more rounded edges so that sliding is more forgiving and it's easier to break in and come out of slides. A little bit wider diameter will keep your speed up as well. If you're trying to do downhill, you want to go with a square lip wheel. This will help you grip corners better, but it's mostly for experienced riders who are looking to go fast downhills. Last thing to mention is the grip tape. With downhill and free ride, you want a grip tape that's a little bit more grippy, like Vicious. This is really coarse and it'll grab your shoes a lot better than most standard grip tapes. Finally, make sure you're wearing a helmet if you're doing any sort of longboarding. You could fall over a crack just as easy as you could going downhill, so make sure you protect your head. Hopefully that helps simplify our complete builder process. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact us. Otherwise, head over to skatewarehouse.com and start building your complete.